初午祭にご参列いただきありがとうございました。少しお話をしますね。Thank you for your participation and thank you for being a member and supporting us. We apologize the live stream didn't smooth tonight, so thank you for your patience. So tonight's closing talk is about Higam or Ohigam. We hold Higam twice in a year, once in spring and once in fall. The day of the spring equinox determines the week when the spring Higam is held. This year's spring equinox was March 20th, last Saturday. Some of you may remember the term Higam is a Buddhist because I talked about it in the September Tsukinami-sai last year. The custom of Higam actually originated in ancient Japanese Shinto traditions. Before Buddhism came to Japan, after Buddhism came to Japan, Higam merged with Japanese indigenous Shinto traditions. What we do during spring Higam. Spring and autumn Higam both have practices which are very similar to Obon. I talked about Obon during the closing talk of the August Tsukinami-sai last year. As some of you may recall, the term Obon is Buddhist, but the custom originally came from indigenous Japanese traditions. What we do at the Higam or Higam. First, Mitama Matsuri is held at the family Soreisha, which was introduced in this month's Tsukinami-sai closing talk. Then we visit our ancestors' grave to clean it, place offerings, and pray. The tamagushi we offered at the Mitama Matsuri is brought to the grave and placed in one of the vases used to make flower offerings. Higam lasts 7 days. It starts 3 days before spring equinox and ends 3 days after spring equinox. We call the first day of Higam is Higan no Iri, the day of entering Higam, which was March 17th this year. This year's spring equinox was March 20th, which is the midpoint of Higan week. The day is called Higan no Chunichi, the center day of Higam. 3 days after spring equinox is the last day of Higan week. We call it Higan Ake. Higan is over. This year, Higan Ake Day is today, March 23rd. Higan week does not align with the solar calendar week, except by coincidence. Shinto is a lifestyle where we show our respect and gratitude to Kami-sama. Kami-sama encompasses both nature spirits and our ancestors. As I introduced in March Tsukinami-sai closing talk, in Shinto, when we die, we lose our body, but the spirit remains. The spirit becomes a guardian of our family, so the spirit is Kami-sama. The Shinto term for that spirit is Mitama. During Higam and Obon, we show our respect and gratitude to our ancestors. Without them, we wouldn't exist. The Mitama Matsuri is held 3 times in a year, and in addition, on each ancestor's Meinichi, which is the day of the ancestor's passing. In Buddhism, this word is known as Shigam, which means this side of the river Shanzu. and the word where the dead go is called higam, which means the other side of the river Sanzu. In Buddhism, the Sanzu River is a border between the two worlds, Shigam and Higam, separating the living and the dead. In Shinto, after we die, we go to the underworld, the place the dead goes. We have several names for the place. Yomi no kuni, Kakuryo, and Ne no kuni, Soko no kuni, and more. You may have heard or said the word Ne no kuni, Soko no kuni. Yes, in the Oharae no kotoba, you will find the words Ne no kuni and Soko no kuni. Where is Ne no kuni, Soko no kuni, or Yomi no kuni, Kakuryo located? Tradition has it located somewhere far, far away in the ocean or underground. But according to Japanese mythology and legend, the border of the underworld Yomi no kuni is located at my hometown, Shimane. And the border is called Yomotsu Hirasaka. I plan to organize a Japanese mythology tour in the future, and I'm very much looking forward to taking you to the underworld. The other name of the underworld is Kakuryo. Kakuryo's master kami is Okuni-nushi, who is enshrined at the Izumo Taisha, Izumo Grand Shrine. How the Okuni-nushi has become the master kami of Kakuryo is a tale from Japanese mythology. If you read Kojiki, you will find it. During the mythology tour, we will visit both Izumo Taisha and the Inasa no Hama. Inasa no Hama is one of the famous myths which takes place here, as well as the Kamimukae service, which I have talked about. Once a year, all kami-sama in Japan arrive at the beach to hold a conference at the Izumo Taisha. In order to join the tour, you will need to start putting coins into your piggy bank. This is the conclusion of 2021's Hatsu-uma-sai closing talk. Stay safe and be well. May the Kami-sama be with you. ありがとうございました。